If you're leading a B2B company right now, you're probably feeling it. This constant market turbulence, economic uncertainty, buyer behavior just feels different.
It really does. Unpredictable.
And what happens when those tried and true sales strategies suddenly aren't working, maybe even causing customers to leave? That's the big challenge many are facing.
Absolutely. It's a critical point.
So welcome to The Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at how B2B companies can navigate all this volatility and actually, thrive. We've pulled together insights from, all over academic research on AI in sales, market reports on retention, discussions on loyalty.
A real cross-section of sources.
Exactly. We want you to walk away understanding these shifts, learning about new sales setups, and getting practical, data-driven strategies using AI to boost sales and loyalty, really cutting through the noise to give you what you need to stay ahead.
And it's definitely a noisy environment out there. The ground rules, the traditional approaches, they've really shifted dramatically.
Yeah, that's clear. So let's start there. This value-first thinking. What exactly does that mean in practice? What's driving it?
Well, it's fascinating, really. You see these big economic factors like rising credit card debt, falling savings. They're pushing consumers to think differently.
Okay.
Our sources show this massive shift to value first. Like one report found 42% of shoppers call themselves deal seekers.
42%.
Wow. And get this. 85% say they'd switch brands for a good deal. It's not just bargain hunting, it's more intentional. People are weighing their options much more carefully because they have to.
So how does that consumer pressure translate up to B2B? Because your customers have customers.
Exactly. That's the key insight for B2B. Your customers are feeling this pressure from their customers. So your solution, whatever it is, it needs to clearly help them deliver quantifiable value downstream. If not,
you become a line item they can cut.
Precisely. You risk being seen as, discretionary.
So it's not just about being the cheapest option then?
No, not necessarily. But price and quality together now outweigh brand connection for 84% of consumers, according to the same research.
84%, that's huge.
It really is. It fundamentally changes the priority list. Emotional loyalty. It's still a factor, sure, but it's much less reliable when the economic pressure is on. Brand connection alone won't save you if the value or price isn't right.
Okay, that paints a stark picture on the consumer side. And you said B2B leaders are feeling this too. Turbulent markets, tech disruption.
Oh, absolutely. B2B leaders are navigating this perfect storm, volatile global markets, technology changing everything, buyers acting unpredictably. It makes those old, rigid go-to-market plans, obsolete.
So kind of a scary time.
It can feel daunting, yeah. But here's the thing. This uncertainty also creates massive opportunities for growth, but, and it's a big but, only if you adapt quickly, strategically.
The ones who pivot fastest win.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
You have to meet this new value demand head on.
Which means those legacy approaches, the things we've done for years, maybe decades, they're just not cutting it anymore. Like traditional loyalty programs.
Yeah, that's a great example. Those programs rewarding just frequency or spend, they're losing their punch. Only about 31% of consumers say they really impact their decisions anymore.
Is mostly just a nice bonus.
Exactly. Not a driver. And relying purely on that emotional loyalty we talked about. It's shaky ground when objective factors like cost are driving decisions.
And B2B, that means just having a long relationship isn't enough protection.
Not at all. You have to constantly prove your value, show how you're evolving with their needs. It can't be static.
This naturally leads us to a big shift in how sales actually get done, especially in B2B, the rise of inside sales. Can you define that quickly for anyone maybe less familiar?
Sure. Inside sales, fundamentally, is about closing deals remotely, using tech phone, video chat, email, social media instead of face-to-face meetings. And it's not niche anymore. It's grown incredibly fast. 37% of high-growth companies now use inside sales as their main approach.
37%. That's significant. It's not just cost cutting, it's a primary strategy.
Right. It signals a real shift towards efficiency, scalability, broader reach.
And it's really interesting is it's not just companies pushing this, buyers seem to actually prefer it.
That's what the research shows, yeah. McKinsey found that 70–80% of B2B decision makers prefer remote or digital self-service interactions.
Why is that? Ease of scheduling.
That's part of it. Ease of scheduling, saving on travel costs, even safety concerns. But it also suggests they see virtual interactions as just more efficient, more practical sometimes.
Gives them more control, saves time, fits that value-first mindset again.
Exactly.
Okay, so beyond preference, What are the hard advantages for businesses using inside sales effectively? I hear things like much higher ROI.
That's right. The data shows inside sales teams can achieve a 46% higher ROI compared to traditional field sales.
46%, that's impressive. But how? It can't be automatic.
Oh, definitely not automatic. The company's hitting that number. They're investing in sales automation tools, in really good training for virtual selling, in solid data analytics. They're optimizing the remote model, not just adopting it.
That makes sense. What are the common pitfalls then? Because that 46% sounds great, but I imagine it's easy to get wrong.
Yeah, good question. Common mistakes include not training staff adequately for virtual engagement. It's a different skill set. Also, failing to properly integrate the tech stack.
Siloed tools.
Right. Or not setting clear data-driven KPIs. And honestly, maintaining team culture and morale remotely can be a challenge too. So yes, it cuts costs. Travel costs can drop 40–90%, but you have to reinvest those savings smartly. Tech into people.
Got it. And conversion rates, you mentioned automation. Any standout numbers there?
Oh, the conversion numbers are where it gets really eye-opening. Sales automation, when used well within inside sales, can boost conversion rates by over 400%.
400%. Seriously?
Seriously. It's game-changing. Opportunities just move faster, no travel delays, quicker scheduling. You can cut sales cycles from months down to weeks, potentially.
And lead quality.
Better lead quality, too, often. Because the structure allows teams more focused time for remote research, really understanding prospect needs before deeper engagement.
So an effective inside sales setup isn't just one person. It's specialized roles working together.
Typically, yes. It's often like a well-oiled machine. You have SDRs, sales development reps, doing the initial outreach, qualifying leads rigorously.
A front line.
Right. Then AEs, account executives, take those qualified leads and focus on closing the deal. And then crucially, CSM's customer success managers come in post-sale.
For retention and upselling.
Exactly. Ensuring ongoing value, keeping clients engaged, finding expansion opportunities. It's very collaborative.
This whole conversation really points towards a completely new way of thinking about customer relationships. Not just sales tactics, but loyalty itself. You mentioned moving beyond traditional programs to something called loyalty architecture.
Indeed. Those old points and perks programs. As you said, increasingly seen as just nice to have. The real shift is thinking about loyalty as a continuous value exchange.
Okay, expand on that. Value exchange.
It means loyalty isn't just about the transaction. It covers the entire spectrum of engagement. For the very first time someone hears about your brand, through discovery, trial, purchase, and the whole post-purchase journey.
So rewarding more than just buying stuff.
Exactly. It's moving towards behavior-based loyalty. Rewarding actions across the whole journey, maybe sharing content, giving feedback, completing training, not just spending money.
That feels much more holistic. So this loyalty architecture idea and value co-creation, how do they fit?
So Forbes talks about this concept where loyalty isn't just a program, it's the gravitational pull at the center of your growth strategy. It's foundational.
Integrated, not bolted on.
Precisely. And value co-creation is key here. It means treating customers like active partners, not just targets. They contribute insights, feedback, ideas that improve the business.
Creating a kind of positive feedback loop.
A virtuous loop, exactly. Better customer input leads to better offerings, which leads to happier customers, who then engage more. In B2B, this can evolve into what's called symbiotic dependency. Meaning your success and your client's success become genuinely intertwined. You're not just a vendor, you're a strategic partner invested in their outcomes. Building a shared future, essentially.
Okay, that's a powerful concept. And if a business wants to build this kind of architecture, you mentioned 4 foundational pillars.
Yes, 4 critical elements. First, a solid data foundation. You need that comprehensive customer intelligence, consolidating interactions, behaviors, feedback into one place. Really know your customer.
Makes sense. Pillar 2.
Second, a connection engine. This is about enabling meaningful, proactive interactions. Think AI triggering an alert for your team to reach out when a client hits a milestone, or maybe flags a potential issue. Don't wait for them to call you.
Proactive, okay. Third,
a relationship platform. This is more than just a CRM. It's about actively managing and deepening that engagement over the long haul, focusing on delivering value consistently.
And last one?
Finally, a value network. This is where your loyal customers actually start participating in your growth, maybe through advisory boards, beta testing, becoming strong advocates or referral sources.
Harnessing their loyalty.
Exactly. Turning loyalty into a tangible asset.
All of this really underscores the critical role of technology today. Data, AI. It feels like tech isn't just supporting sales anymore. It's driving the agility needed to survive.
That's spot on. Technology is the engine for agility. It allows for real-time promotions, personalized rewards, rapid strategy adjustments based on live data.
So less guesswork, more data-driven moves.
Right, which means you need flexible, tech modular, API-first platforms that integrate easily with partners and your existing systems. The goal is to reward faster, learn faster, grow smarter. Continuous optimization.
There's a fantastic example of using first-party data cleverly, even from the consumer world, that has huge implications. Tell us about the Fresh Step Paw Points program.
Oh, yes, the Paw Points program. It's brilliant. So Fresh Step rewards customers not just for buying their cat litter, but for buying any pet product.
Any product, how does that work?
Customers upload their shopping receipts.
Yeah.
And here's the genius. Fresh Step gets to see everything else on that receipt. What other pet foods, toys, treats they're buying, where they're shopping, how often.
Wow, okay. That's incredibly valuable data.
Incredibly valuable first-party data. It powers smarter marketing across the board, targeted offers, product bundling ideas, retail strategy. It's a perfect win-win. Customers get rewards they value. Fresh Step gets deep, actionable insights they couldn't get otherwise.
That is clever, turning a simple reward into a data goldmine. Now, shifting back to B2B specifically, how is machine learning transforming something like sales forecasting, especially when teams are drowning in leads like RFQs?
Yeah, that's a common pain point. The University of 20 did some really interesting research here. They used supervised machine learning and NLP, natural language processing, to analyze data from requests for quotation, RFQs.
Those formal bid requests.
Right. And the problem is, historically, maybe only 17% of those RFQs actually turn into a sale. So sales teams get overwhelmed chasing leads that won't convert.
Wasted effort.
A lot of wasted effort. So the AI they developed predicts the likelihood of an RFQ converting into a sale by analyzing the text and other data points. And the result?
Better prioritization.
Massively better. They saw a performance improvement of slightly more than a factor 2.5 compared to manual sorting. Teams can now focus their energy on the high-potential RFQs. Huge efficiency gain.
2.5 times better. That's significant. Finding the needle in the haystack faster. And generative AI is also playing a big role now in finding new leads, right? Prospecting.
Absolutely. Gen AI is supercharging prospecting. It can analyze massive data sets, internal sales data, external market data to identify prospects that look like your best customers, look-alike audiences.
Okay.
There was an example of an industrial distributor. Using a Gen AI tool, they unlocked, get this, $1 billion in new sales opportunities in just 6 weeks.
$1 billion in 6 weeks. How?
The tool helped them generate highly tailored product recommendations and personalized outreach emails at an unprecedented scale. It moved beyond basic automation to genuinely intelligent, personalized engagement.
Incredible scale. Now, finding new customers is great, but keeping existing ones, that's crucial too. Let's talk customer feedback, like Net Promoter Score, NPS. What's the difference between relationship and transactional NPS?
Good distinction. Relationship NPS measures the customer's overall loyalty and feeling about your brand. It's a long-term health metric, good for spotting churn risk.
Big picture view.
Right. Transactional NPS drills down into specific interactions. How was the onboarding? How was that support call? How was the delivery? It gives you feedback on specific touch points.
We need both.
Ideally, yes. You need the overall sentiment and the granular feedback to pinpoint problems. But the real power comes from closing the loop.
Meaning actually responding to the feedback.
Quickly and effectively, yes. The data shows this simple act can boost retention by 8.5%. And it can even convert nearly a quarter, 23% of detractors into promoters by the time you survey them again.
Wow, just by responding.
Yeah. Look at DHL's supply chain. They aim to follow up with all detractors within 48 hours. They take it seriously.
8.5% retention lift, converting detractors. That sounds huge for something seemingly simple, but is it actually simple to implement? What are the typical hurdles?
Implementation can be tricky. Common hurdles are things like, well, not having dedicated people to manage the follow-up. Integrating the feedback data with your CRM could be a challenge. And just ensuring the feedback gets routed to the right person or team who can actually act on it.
Making sure it doesn't fall into a black hole.
Exactly. But the payoff is there. Another data point. Surveying multiple times a year and surveying multiple contacts within a B2B client, not just one person, that can nearly double retention rates from like 44% to 82%.
Double retention. Okay, that's compelling.
And crucially, you need to link these CX efforts to financial data. Prove the ROI. That helps prioritize efforts on high-value customers who might be at risk.
Okay, this is all great strategy. To make it really actionable, McKinsey outlined 5 specific high-impact levers B2B companies can pull right now for growth. Let's run through those. What's the first one?
First lever, stop the bleeding. Focus hard on reducing customer churn and trying to win back lost customers.
Well, I start there.
Because churn hurts badly. McKinsey found it can do 2 to 3 times more damage than the gains you get from growth initiatives. Plus, keeping a customer costs way less, like less than a third of acquiring a new one, and they tend to spend more over time.
So fixing the leaks in the bucket first.
Pretty much. Many companies are so focused on new logos, they neglect the gold mine they already have.
Is there a common mindset trap leaders fall into here?
Yeah, often it's being reactive, waiting until the customer leaves. The best companies are proactive. They identify churn signals early, using that data foundation we talked about. They see customer success not just as a cost center, but as a profit driver.
Makes sense. Okay, lever number 2.
Win more at home. This is about smart cross-selling and upselling to your existing clients. Use analytics to find the white space.
Like that packaging company example.
Exactly. A B2B packaging company saw a 10x jump in cross-sell revenue in just 8 weeks. They used analytics to pinpoint exactly which existing customers needed which additional products. Surgical precision, not guesswork.
10 times. Wow. Okay, third lever.
Third is scale late acquisition. This circles back to generative AI. Use it to expand and optimize your prospecting, find those lookalikes.
Like the industrial distributor finding $1 billion in opportunities.
Right, using Gen AI for that hyper-personalized outreach at scale.
Got it. Fourth lever.
Fourth, focus for impact. This means building dedicated support teams for your biggest, most strategic deals. Recognize that not all deals are equal.
Why the special focus?
Because even a small improvement in win rates on those large deals, say 10–20%, can drive significant top-line growth, like 4–12%. Concentrate your best resources where they have the most impact.
Like the semiconductor example.
Yeah, that semiconductor manufacturer created a dedicated big deal desk. Senior people, specialized skills. It let them lift prices slightly above trends while protecting their key accounts. Big impact on performance.
Okay, makes sense. And the fifth and final lever.
Lasso the outliers. This is all about pricing discipline using analytics.
Pricing seems fundamental, but maybe overlooked.
Often hugely overlooked. Warren Buffett called pricing power the single most important factor in evaluating a business. And McKinsey's data backs it up. Just a 1% price increase can boost operating profit by 6 to 14%.
6 to 14% from 1%. That's massive leverage.
Huge leverage. Conversely, dropping prices can kill profitability quickly. Analytics let you move beyond gut feel. Understand where you have power, where you need to adjust. Be precise. Data-driven pricing.
Wow. Okay, that's a powerful set of levers. So, recapping quickly, we've seen this huge shift in the B2B landscape. More volatility, demanding more agility, much more reliance on data and AI, and a real rethinking of loyalty and sales.
Definitely. But the encouraging part is that the tools and strategies are available. This uncertainty really can be turned into an opportunity for growth if you approach it right.
So connecting it all back, you mentioned agility. It seems like true agility isn't just reacting fast anymore.
No, I think it's more than that. In this era of constant change, real agility is about building systems, the right data foundations, the right connection engines, that loyalty architecture that let you adapt and learn continuously without having to reinvent the wheel every single time.
Building the capacity to adapt.
Exactly. So the provocative thought for everyone listening might be, what fundamental systems are you building right now to make sure your loyalty and sales strategies are resilient, adaptable, built not just for the next quarter, but truly for the next decade?
That's a great question to end on. Keep digging, keep learning, and definitely stay agile. We'll be here for the next deep dive.